Now, what I'm going to show you, it's not American, but it's the same idea, really, that can be applied all around the fucking world. Like, it's not just country to country. It is applied virtually in concept of what the government actually, what the state is, okay? And there are people that work for them who pass bills, laws, advocate policies surrounding spending, and they cannot conceptualize the consequences. Like, it's not even in the back of their mind. They don't even care to think about it. Just do the shit recklessly. I'm going to butcher his last name, but it's Pierre Poilievre. I don't know, something like that. Let's call him Pierre. He's a member of the parliament for Carleton in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. So he asked a bunch of top government officials. Actually, I'm not going to set the scene. We're just going to watch it and listen in on it.
Now I'd like to welcome our witnesses from the Ministry of Finance. We will have with us...
How is the government paying the $7 billion bill associated with this proposal?
So, Pierre is asking a simple question. Where the fuck is the money at? What's the money? Let's listen to what these guys had to say. It's funny that he plays that. So he's asking where the money's coming from. They haven't answered quite yet.
Anyone who wants to answer it.
He's asked everybody that is there, could they answer? These are top 10. These are 10 like top government officials, and they have not answered.
If they have anyone over there that is concerned about where the money comes from, that person could speak up.
He's asking them where the fucking money's coming from, and none of them can answer. We still have Jeopardy music playing. The reason I muted it because I don't want YouTube to take it down.
I don't know who on their side is responsible for this, but clearly they're getting the money from somewhere, so they must know where.
Nobody has answered.
Anyone here from Finance Canada?
This is a good one.
Response, but I'm afraid I won't be able to answer directly the honourable member's question because we're here to discuss it. And what I can say with regards to the cost of the measures in terms of
he doesn't know.
The three first programs that I mentioned.
He's stumbling.
The Tourism and Hospitality Recovery Program, Hard Businesses Recovery Program, and the local lockdown program have a cost of $3.2 billion.
And where's sorry, Mr. Baylor, where's the money coming from?
He doesn't know.
Well, Mr. Chair, that is within the government's broader macro economic framework, and I'm not I can't speak to that.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He has no idea where this fucking money is coming from. These guys are advocating spending billions upon it. Again, the government's not a producer, okay? It's important that you guys understand that. It's not a producer. And I want people to keep this in mind no matter where you're at, no matter where you're from, because a lot of folks they forget that. The government is not a producer. There is nothing upon which the government has that it didn't get from taking from other people. Doesn't matter what it is. They have to take from other people to fund it, right? It's not a producer. And sometimes it's taken from the current generations. Oftentimes it's taken from future generations by way of debt, being able to deficit spend and monetize their debt. Thank you, central banking systems, for that.
So you don't have anyone. It's just that we're being asked to vote in favor of another $7 billion of spending. And the obvious question is, where's it coming from?
What's the money, Lebowski?
Mr. Chair, as I indicated, I can discuss the contents of the bill, and I appreciate the question, but I can't answer that.
He doesn't know.
Well, somebody's paying for it. Who is it?
He has no idea. These guys don't know. They're spending your money and they don't know where it comes from. Which is why they're so fucking reckless, guys.
Are here respectfully to answer questions to C2 as we study.
Right. C2 has a $7 billion bill. That's the price tag. Right. That's what I'm asking about. Where's the $7 billion coming from?
What's the money? They don't know. They have no idea where this money is coming from. They literally don't know. And you could ask, in America's sense, he's asking all these people that are tied to this bill that they're taught, this C2 bill, as to what he said, $8 billion, or however much money it is. And they have no idea where that money is coming from. They know where it's going. Even that's questionable. But they don't know. And this is a government, bro. These are the guys that you idiots entrust to think on your fucking behalf. And they must exist because reasons. This is the necessary evil. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers spending money so recklessly and they have no idea where this fucking money's coming from.
We have the number? Mr. Chair?
10? Is it 10?
10 witnesses? 10 witnesses to tell us about how to spend money, but not a single one to tell us where the money comes from.
Sounds like, again, I know this is Canada, but this isn't unique to Canada.
To ask your questions?
Well, I've asked the same question 5 or 6 times. No one seems to be able to answer it.
It goes on forever.
So you can forgive me if my focus today is not on all the wonderful things the government's spending money on, but instead on where the money comes from. Because so far, all the money seems to be coming out of the pocket of working class folks.
Oh, is that right?
We're paying record inflation.
Mr. Poilievre?
I have a strictly technical question. That is, where's the money coming from?
None of them could answer.
$7 billion cost. The money must be coming from somewhere.
They don't know. None of them could answer. He sits in a room with all these dickheads, and not a single fucking one of them could answer where the money's coming from. You could go ask pretty much every congressman who you crackheads vote for every 2 or 4 years that you send off to Washington to vote on your behalf. I'm talking $1 trillion, trillions upon trillions of dollars. And you ask them directly, where in the fuck is the money coming from to pay for this? They have no fucking idea. None. And you know why? You know why it is that they have that approach? It's because they see virtually no fucking consequence to anything it is that they're doing. See, Congress folk can vote for a raise. They could vote to spend money to line their own fucking pockets up, right? And their cronies. Definitely, especially once they get out the motherfucker. They could utilize that. It's you get in Congress, you basically a fucking maid, man. Now the consequences are real. They exist. They're just often not going to be the ones that have to deal with it, right? So when the money is printed out of thin air, right, and your money gets devalued in the process, the money that you lose the money or even your savings, right? The money that you have just simply stored doesn't amount to what it did a year ago, even because of these guys and the combination with the Treasury and the whatever central banking system it is that they're utilizing. Since they monopolize the money, which is why they hate anything decentralized that they can't control, such as like Bitcoin or something like that. You see, there's no consequence to it, but it's allowed and it's given. They say consent of the governed, which I think is, again, kind of contradictory in terms because the whole concept of government is by way of monopolizing violence and use of force and ultimate decision making. Therefore, you can't. It's contradictory to having consent. Either way it goes. But these are the people that you guys support. I'm just going to be honest with you. And they cross ideological lines. There may be one or two that are in there, definitely when they're parliaments and Congress and all of that, who get out there and may say one or two things that may make sense. But for the most part, it's just a bunch of guys recklessly spending fucking monies that is not theirs. And they can't, neither can the people, because they're stupid, right? The people that vote them in office are also fucking retarded, especially retarded, because they actually believe that, oh, well, we can just tax a bunch of people more money and that'll pay for it. They can't even, in America's case, conceptualize how much money that the government actually spends, right? You could tax the fucking billionaires 100 fucking %. You know what I mean? Take everything they goddamn got, and you wouldn't be able to put a dent in a lot of their spending habits over the last years. That's how much money that the fuck they're spending that ain't fucking there. And they know it. They know it. They know it. But they don't know where it comes from because they don't care. They don't have to care. They're not required to care. Like these fools literally every year, it never fails, right? They vote for spending bills. And they flat out tell the people that they can't even account for like X amount of billions upon billions of dollars. This is what's called deficit spending. So the government literally, figuratively, if you depending on what way you look at it, they spend money knowing that they can't account for it, knowing that it's not there. It's dangerous, it is reckless, but unfortunately it's authorized. And these are fools y'all want to rule over you. And the minute guy likes me comes in and say, I want these people to be completely out of a job, they're completely illegitimate. Oh, we can't do that. China might take over the Chinese and the Chinas. We just need to get my guy in office and he'll clean this up. So they play musical chairs every 2 to 4 years in America's case. For the same shit to happen. You got Trump, you got the same shit. Actually, Trump was worse in a lot of cases. He was fucking terrible on spending. Holy shit, he was dog shit on spending. He was fucking terrible, right? $1 trillion pork field bills that y'all thought he was playing some 5D chess, especially the one on his way out. 5D chess. Oh, he's just playing a game of chicken right now. He's going to get all that pork out there. Nope, signed the motherfucker and had all the bullshit in it. These motherfuckers spending your money to try to figure out if lizards can walk on treadmills and shit. That's what they spend your money on. They in on it too. I mean, you can get mad at me for bringing it up, but I'm right. This ain't opinions we arguing here. These are facts. They don't care. You just, unfortunately, as a regular human being, you are going to feel the brunt of it, and your grandchildren and your children's children are going to for sure feel it because their money ain't fucking there. A lot of the money, they spending money that they got, and that shit's already gone, and they spending money that ain't there. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Cannon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcannonsake.com.